Hello and welcome back to Formula 1 2014, and today we shall be doing a 5-lap race at India from the 7 Extra Tracks mod, which I shall post in the description. So we shall this time be in the Red Bull. Once again, we shall do a short qualifying session so that we do not qualify and we start at the back, which should be more interesting than starting in a car, overtaking loads of faster cars at the start and then struggling because everyone that's faster is now behind us, which is a bit of a difficulty and the races aren't as interesting. So let's go to India. So here we are, starting 22nd on the grid at India. So we shall try and pass as many cars as we can in those 5 laps. It is dry and clear, so of course we'll be on the slicks. So this should be an interesting race. India is a alright track to drive on. When it was first introduced, I hated it. But I've slowly got used to it, and then of course once you get used to it, they remove it from the calendar. So it's actually quite nice this mod exists. So let's go for the 5 laps of India. So here we are on the grid in last place. This time the grid should be a bit more correct than it was at Turkey. We get a very poor launch off the line because we have been outpaced by the new teams, although they're not really that new anymore, and are actually in trouble right now in terms of money, but that isn't relevant right now. So we actually have gone down the inside of everybody. And by inside I mean in between several cars, and we are already into 12th place, so we have made 10 positions, and Button is pulling away. That is a bit of a concern that our straight line speed is that woeful, but I do know we can brake ridiculously late here compared to the AI, and we have gained a few positions from that, and there is carnage going on behind, but we are into 10th place. Behind the McLaren of Magnussen. Now this was the complex that I really didn't like, and Hulkenberg running off there has just made things worse. Although we have gained a position from it. And Hulkenberg has ran wide again, and thankfully he bails, otherwise we may have hit him. And this was the other corner that I just despised, because I just could not find a line, and that was the first time that I've probably ever driven through it all right, actually. It's just a track that slowly has grown on me. I originally hated it when I first drove it, but it's all right. It has nice, fast-flowing parts, which I do enjoy. I do enjoy high-speed corners. It does have a couple of those, which are quite enjoyable. So we start the second lap in position 8 out of 20, so 2 cars have retired. We are right behind the Toro Rosso Verne, and we are right up the inside of the Toro Rosso Verne, and we have overtaken Verne, although he may fight back. He is checking, he is overtaking us, he somehow has better straight line speed than us, which is not very good at all, but we have amazing braking into this corner compared to the AI because they are just terrified going through that corner. And once again I must say that of course this is last year's AI, so it's not going to be perfect with this year's cars. And we get through that corner, pushing it. We got a bit loose, but we were able to hold it all the way through. And we're a bit wide there. Of course, the only times I've driven this track is with the high downforce cars. As we have a Williams off the track and dangerously rejoining, and then Verne followed him off the track, which is a bit strange. Probably got terrified of him. But we are on to lap 3, and DRS is enabled. We are in 6th place out of 17. We are losing cars left, right and centre, and we are actually behind our teammate Ricciardo. So we have been able to fight back very well. I do not think we were quite in the DRS zone there. I think we were very marginal. But we were quite tentative. Yes, we do not have DRS. We were quite tentative on the brakes going into there. You could just steamboat it and just fly through the corner and try and get DRS, but it's not a great idea for your tyres. Or brakes, or really anything, to be honest. Now, also, Massa behind us is a bit of a concern, because the Williams is a Tier 1 car with these mods. So he is just as fast as us. Well, his car is just as fast as ours. He's probably faster than us. And then we get through the corner quite nicely this time. And once again, the corner that I could just never do before is sort of working now. Which is strange, because now we're in less downforcey cars. I'm finding it easier to take, which, as you can assume, does not really make sense. And we are not really catching Ricciardo. And we are going to head into a DRS zone, so Massa will probably get a run on us down into turn 1. And he may take our position, so he is going for he's deciding not to go for the inside. Interestingly, Massa does have front wing damage. He has lost both end plates, which means he has great straight line speed, which is annoying. Now, I tried to steamboat that a little bit, and as you can see, it wasn't a good idea, because I bet I didn't get DRS. It was Buttons that's the fastest lap. Strangely. Yes, we don't get DRS, although interestingly Massa didn't get DRS, but without most of his front wing, although he has a left end plate, it must be the right end plate he's missing. He was able to overtake us, but braking again is just so easy to overtake there. And I'm getting very close to that bollard, and if I hit that bollard, I'm very likely to lose my front wing with the realistic damage mod, which is a lot of fun. So we're not really very good at this section. As you can see, I'm still not there. Although that one is a bit better. That right, left. Right, left, right. Right, left. And we do a very poor right-hander. And Massa is all over us, although he runs wide. And there's a bit of action going on. I think a car actually spun, which is weird. Because cars, the AI don't really spin by themselves on Codemasters F1 games. They just really run wide and, like, totally miss a corner or something. They don't really ever spin. But we are heading on to the last lap. Massa right, well, he's not really right behind us. He's dropped back a little. I don't think he had DRS, so we shall have to try and defend, although we've ran wide. And Massa will almost certainly have DRS going down the big long straight, which we do not want him to have, and we've actually ran wide there, so we've had a very poor line, but we get a good exit because of the wider line, in the hope that we can survive, although Massa is flying. He doesn't have DRS, but he is so much faster in a straight line. But once again, we shall just dive up his inside on the brakes, this time not getting as close to the board, because we do not want Massa to fight back. Just to push him, squeeze him a little bit. Another car has retired, and there are only 16 left, and Massa is covering my mirrors right now. I'm going to have to bail that corner. But we get through that one. The main problem is there is a bit of a mound, and you go over it, and it's so easy to lose the rear. And then you've just got on a corner instantly after, which makes it for a very hard section. But we have survived without Massa overtaking us. He is right behind us though. And Rosberg has won the race. But it seems we are safe from Massa as long as we do not mess up the final corner, which we don't. So we are going to take 6th place out of 16 cars, which is not too bad at all. Vettel is not celebrating, even though we gained 16 positions. Our fastest lap was very mediocre, but once again we did not have DRS at all, and in fact was defending every lap. So it wasn't too bad of a race, and also we finished right behind our teammates, so it's always a good thing. And then there's the list of retirees, with 2 cars not even finishing the first lap. Wow. So that was a 5-lap race of India, and all that is left out of the 7 extra tracks is Korea. So we shall be doing Korea next, and that should be good fun, because Korea is very much like India, where I hated it to begin with, and then once you drove it a bit, it started to actually realise it's a nice track to drive, and then they get rid of it. So I shall see you next time at Korea.